Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here as well. I do collective readings, so with that, not everything may resonate, and if that's the case, just drop the rest for those that it's meant for. I'm going to do another jack-o'-lantern spread. I really like this one. It's fun, and it fits with the season right now. So we are going to get into it. All right. Taking a step aside to let spirit pass through. Alrighty. Okay, so pull 6 cards. Okay, do we want to jump? Or do we want to pull from the top? Nope. Jump or pull from the top. Cut. Okay. Cut them. And should we cut them again? Cut them again or just pull? Cut them again. Okay. Now pull. Okay. I hope you all are doing well. I know the energies have been intense, might be a good way to say it. It's just, there's just been a lot of energies going on. Not bad, just a lot. So I hope that you are doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. Amp up on that self-care if you haven't been. And make sure that you're paying attention to not only like your mental and spiritual health, but also your physical health as far as like if you need to rest. Give yourself permission to do so. So it's just a little side note there for somebody. Okay. All right, so the first card is the heart of the issue or question. And the card that came out was the Witch, which is the earthly weaver of the worlds. So I'll show you the card and then we'll read it. Okay, so the heart of the issue or question. All right. Earth, air, fire, water, a woman lovely, a woman strange, weaver of the worlds, moon's daughter, witch, the catalyst for change. Witches have had a bad PR day for a couple of millennia now. That made me laugh. That's very true. Originally, the healers or cunning women of the village, the very word witch comes from the Celtic word wise, I think is how you'd say that, meaning weaver or wise. When the new religion of Christianity spread through the land, the custodians of the old pagan ways, in part, witches were labeled as evil, and as we know from history, persecuted. They were driven underground or under the night sky into the shadows of misunderstanding and darkness. However, for the purposes of Halloween, let's look at witches as the weavers of magic and change. Through spells and rituals and even through herbal recipes, yes, often brewed in a cauldron, they weave the powers of this world and the next in synergy to solve problems and heal. Holding the witch card means you can weave your own change throughout your life, and that magic indeed is afoot. You must understand that you have power and it is real. It may also indicate that others may be threatened by your developing personal power and that they may not appreciate or like the changes in you as you grow. Be prepared for this and do not be discouraged. New friends and better opportunities will be attracted instead. Okay, so yeah, this is something I I've gone through quite a few times now where we when we go into like different phases of life and we heal a certain thing and we shift into a new way of being, oftentimes there's going to be a dissonance. There's going to be something within the relationships with people that you've had prior that doesn't really vibe or doesn't really match up anymore. And so it's a common occurrence to have where different friend groups will be with you for different parts of your journey. And sometimes in that space of vibing out of the old way of being and then vibing into the new way of being, you're kind of in this, I call it gap energy. And oftentimes that can be very lonely, because the old, the people who used to mesh with us vibe out, and then there's like this gap where the new hasn't quite come in yet. And it's easy in that phase to want to go back and to just be like, oh, well, at least then, I had friends or I had these experiences. I wasn't lonely. But it's being able to embrace that gap energy and just go, okay, this is a normal part of the journey. After going through it a few times, it just gets, I don't want to say easier. It's just more recognizable. Because I think there's always a set of challenges with it when part of ourself wants to continue to nourish and nurture those old connections, when it's really in our highest good to just kind of release them and let them vibe out. So I don't want to say that it's easier. It's just after it's happened quite a few times, it's like, oh, okay, I recognize what is happening. And so that might be kind of what's going on in your life right now, is this phasing out of old, and it doesn't have to be just relationships. This can be habits, this can be vices, this can be even patterns of thinking, ways of dealing with certain situations or certain things. So it's really anything that's just kind of phasing out right now. That's probably what's going on here. So with the next card is going to be the hidden issue. And the hidden issue is ancestors, the lore and legacy of our DNA. The hidden issue. I feel like this music is really loud. Hold on, I'm going to turn it down. Feels like some of those little chimes are a little loud. Okay. So let's see. This is the hidden issue. All right. I walk in their footsteps. Their wisdom inside me remains. I am unique, yet carry a legacy. Their blood runs in my veins. Whether or not we know our ancestors, we are the product of those who have lived before us DNA-wise. Externally, we may have the body type of our father, our mother's eyes, our grandmother's nose, our great-grandfather's skin tone. On the inside, it gets even more interesting. We now know that we can inherit the way our body works. Blood types, genetic disorders, even propensities for aspects of brain function like introversion, musicality, and mathematics. Many pagan paths associated with Halloween believe that we are born perfectly imperfect to be exactly what we are meant to be. What does this mean? It means the gifts our ancestors have left us and the unique synergy of the combination of the physical, mental, and physical that is created within us sets up perfectly to achieve our ultimate purpose. Should the ancestor card bring itself to your attention, know that you are ready and able to action your birthright of power. You have the support of those who came before you. There may be challenges or struggles, but you have everything you need to overcome them. You will prevail. So there's a couple ways that I could read this. One is because it's a hidden, hidden issue, I think it said problem, issue. Okay. So means that it's a hidden thing. It could be ancestral karma, basically, like patterning, that needs to be released in order to fully let the old self go. And then it could also be that maybe there's a disconnection. If you're not feeling very connected with your ancestral lineage, that could be a part of it as well, is maybe needing to connect a little bit more with your ancestors. So let's keep going, and then we'll get some more clarity on that if it doesn't come out. So the third card is the major obstacle, which is the owl. And it says, wise seeing, wise action. There you go. Okay. All right, so the major obstacle. Silent, winged, and wise, all-seeing creature of the night, show me the way, I will follow you in flight. Owls have for thousands of years been part of folklore and have been considered a special or sacred animal. With their huge forward-facing eyes and otherworldly appearance, they have been seen as both wise and harbingers of the supernatural. There are many hundreds of species of owls, and almost all are nocturnal and carnivorous. Interestingly, they all have specially designed feathers that enable them to fly silently at night, giving them an incredible hunting advantage, sort of like having a stealth mode. Should the hooting owl come looking for you this Halloween, it indicates the need for wise counsel or further information before you make a decision. Considered action is warranted. Think before you act emotionally, and ensure you think strategically, not impulsively. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. Number 4. This is the main fear, which is midnight, the most magical hour of all. Okay, the main fear. Allow yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkest night. Know, too, that it is important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we have light, and this isn't something to hide from. Okay, so maybe one of the fears of stepping into this is kind of the fear of the shadow self, and not wanting to look at it, embrace it, and integrate it, which is it can be heavy work, but not always. And with continued practice doing shadow work and integrating that that side of the self, it becomes easier and easier the more you do it. Okay, so the 5th card is the solution. And that is Skull of Flowers. Creating through the ashes. That is beautiful. All right. To blossom and bloom, the work must be done. Through fire and ashes, our fortune it comes. The Skull of Flowers illustrates that there is a sureness and yet a rawness to creating again, to starting afresh. Sometimes the universe gives us a blank slate to work from so we can build what we really want rather than just settling for less. The Skull of Flowers celebrates not just a kind of phoenix energy, but an energy of success in full bloom through adversity. Okay. So, yeah, definitely, if you're feeling called to create something at this time, definitely do that. let's see what comes out with the next one. Okay. What will happen if you engage the solution? So this is the veil, which is the future. The future. Okay. All right. There is a misty curtain that divides us all, the veil that this night thins, transparent the weave becomes, and the future no longer dims. The ancient Celts used to call the time of the longest night of the year Samhain. They believed that there was a misty veil that separated the world of the dead and the living, but on 2 nights of the year, Samhain and Beltane, the shortest night, that the veil would thin. The fineness of the veil meant the ancestors were closer than ever, and even the gods would be close. This would mean that communications from the dead were more likely to occur, and that divination, where the divine speaks through something, would be more effective. So while using this oracle, as the veil lifts, know that the other worlds are close. Listen in particular to what messages may come forth around your future. Look to what you want to happen, plan, set intentions, and think big. Okay. Okay. So that's what will happen if you engage the solution. So if you engage the solutions, basically if you create, then you will get clearer and more divinely guided inspiration, which will just help you to move forward in your new life in the best way for you. So that's what I'm really getting here. Seeing if anything else wanted to pop through. So, yeah, definitely work on ancestral healing if you haven't been. That is going to greatly help you tap into your gifts more. Embrace whatever gifts are coming forth at this moment, as they are definitely going to be for your highest good. And then just continue to listen to that inspiration that's coming through. And know that the creative force is one of the forces that, when we're in that creative energy, which is directly connected to our sacral chakra, that is super close to divine energy. And that's when we can really get into the flow state and have the divine flow through us, which is oftentimes where our purpose lies, our life purpose, in, passion, and what's going to make us feel fulfilled at a soul level, lies in some sort of creative aspect here. I'm really picking that up. And then definitely with the veil card here, protect your energy and set the intention of only working with energies that are for your highest good. And then from that point, tap in and allow and see what the divine has to offer you at this time, because that's going to lead you to a future that you probably haven't even fathomed for yourself. So yeah, all in all, this is really good energy. And you definitely have the strength and fortitude to make it through this. So good luck, and let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you. I'm very curious to hear if this resonated. So that being said, that concludes this reading. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe if you like the way that I read. And if you want more messages like this one. And with that, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.